And here comes Sirinen, leading the Balmain side out tonight. He's not captain, but in honour of this event for him, he's leading the Balmain side on the Leichhardt Oval. And I know all the Balmain fans who are watching tonight will be...
An injury there to Tim Brasher as he came down the tunnel. He's limping badly on the ankle. He slipped off the step.
Yeah, that's a bad start for Tim Brasher. As the Balmain side continue to make their way out, we'll keep an eye on him as he's on the field now. And we look through the side to see who the reserves are going to be, and you'll find that David Brooks is certainly on there, and we expect to see Steve Roach on the bench as well. The Tigers already on the field, so let's check their side. Gary Jack is captain at fullback. Grant, Courier, Brasher, who's limping, O'Brien, Neil, Freeman, and the forwards tonight: Hardwick, John Elias, Sirinen, Edmed, Parrish, McFarlane. No Benny Elias, no Bruce Maguire, and no Steve Roach to start.
Canterbury hit the deck. Andrew Farrer will lead the Bulldogs in Terry Lamb's absence. Backing up from Wednesday night as well, with David Gillespie, Alshin at fullback, Robinson, Farrer, Corcoran, Nissen, Darren Smith from second row to 5'8", McGrady, Langmack, Gillespie, Dunn, Pay, Thomas, Newton, Chris Anderson, the coach. Bill Harrigan to be in control. Nissen, Friday Night Football.
Well, anyone that hasn't got a coat on tonight doesn't own one.
An evil look there from Gillespie. Farrer. Down for Sirinen, 100 games, wound up, charges at Canterbury, straight into Thomas. 100 first grade. McFarlane. Parrish at dummy half. We'll see how he handles things for Ben Elias. This is John Elias. Been in great form for the Tigers in the back row this season. The skipper tonight, Jack. Charging down there, a ton of Tigers. Alshin. Freeman has him. It should be all fired up here, Balmain, for this vital game. Nissen. Alshin running from dummy half. Keen to get a couple of early touches. Farrer. Off the side, a boot down for Steve O'Brien. Corcoran missed him, but he was taken by Darren Smith and also Robinson. Brasher, penalty, Balmain, Canterbury all inside the 5. Harrigan wants to keep them apart, these two big packs of forwards. Neil, little knock on against John Elias, picked up very quickly by Harrigan.
Yes, let's have a look at it. It's only a very tiny one on the Nissan replay, but they all count. That was a bit of an error there for Balmain. They need to keep the pressure on.
Freeman and Alshin exchange a few glances as Freeman had Alshin by the jumper. I'll get another chance to come together. Freeman over the top, dragged away by Robinson. He's going to be penalised. Well, he's going to penalise Robinson. I thought he was going to penalise Freeman. It's gone against Robinson.
Freeman legitimately completing the tackle on Alshin, and then the second tackle situation with Robinson coming in and pulling Freeman away. I think the referee Harrigan's right on the spot with that one. Nissan replay doesn't tell a lie.
We all know how well this man can kick the football. Can this give an early break to the Tigers? Looks good to me. Looks good to the touch, judges. Great kick from Courier. The Tigers grab the early lead. 2-0 over Canterbury. This in Friday Night Football. Only about 5 metres away. Thomas puts a little grubber kick through, and the penalty's going to go to Canterbury.
Yeah, he was playing advantage.
Courier, the man. A bit of discussion amongst the Canterbury players. So we're going to take the shot for goal. Let's see how he strikes the football. Plenty of height, plenty of direction. Touch judges raise the flags. Scores a level at Leichhardt. Balmain and Canterbury 2-2.
Robinson, good strong run. Gains 10 metres. Dunn carries it on. Another 10. but a pass that badly went astray. Neil, mile offside Canterbury. An absolute mile, which should give Canterbury a chance. I should say Balmain another chance at goal. Curry is still arguing the point about the tap kick, reminding the referee that it was only 6 inches off the mark. He got a laugh out of Bill Harrigan. I wonder if Andy's smiling.
Well, they talk about inches being important in this game of rugby league.
Don't worry about the goal, says Andy. We're continuing our chat. Strikes it nicely, but it doesn't come around for him. Score remains Balmain 2, Canterbury 2. Well, wrestling match against Hardwick. They're not comfortable with the kicking, Canterbury. Brasher. Brasher goes right through. There's nobody home. Farah comes across. Still going. Now Canterbury are turned right round and struggling to get back into the line. Balmain line right out. Edmed runs back at the defence, though. They had him stretched out on the right. Sheridan blindside. They keep switching. It doesn't work on this occasion. Penalty to Balmain. Applauded by Sirenen. Courier will come over for a walk for 2 points.
Sirenen here, Nissan replay. Let's have a look at it. Is the ball stripped from his hand? Robinson working on it, and as Robinson ran away, I believe his hand came down and pulled the ball free. I think a legitimate penalty.
Long pause, then meets the football and meets it sweetly. So Courier takes the Tigers to a 4-2 lead over Canterbury. Balmain with their nose in front at 4-2, and they've come up with possession, and they've regathered this football only about 12 metres away from the Canterbury line. Golden opportunity now for Balmain. Here's Freeman. Got the football back for Neil. Out it comes for Courier. Beat one. Where are we going, Andy? Wrong way. Just about on the quarter line. McFarlane can't beat the defence. Parrott wants a quick play the ball. It's now with Freeman. Here's Hardwick. About 11 metres away from the Canterbury Bankstown line. Elias. Long one back for McCann. McCann gives it away for Brasher. Brasher's going to score! Brasher in near the corner for the Tigers. And those flags fly. The crowd has gone crazy at Leichhardt.
Yeah, watch the Nissan replay. You'll see Parrish offload a beautiful pass to Elias with one hand. Elias lobs a long one out there to McCann. Now McCann runs slightly crossfield at the very last minute, gives it out to Brasher. Brasher's got the defence running backwards there, as you can see, and he elects to go on his own and makes it. A beautiful try. Very well taken. This is a good bit of football. Parrish offloading one-handed. Elias a long cut-out pass. Well taken by McCann. He then sets himself to run slightly sideways. Gives it away to Brasher. Brasher has the defence in 2 minds, and he's there. A good try.
Tim Brasher, still only 19 and the student. Courier, no. Can't have the extras, but the Balmain Tigers lead Canterbury 8-2. Now Freeman for Hardwick. Last tackle signal against the Tigers. Looking for a field goal is Andy Courier. Pressure on him. They're going to run it instead. It's come out for Grant, who's got his shirt back on. He's passed to nobody. Nick Neal is there to pick it up. Neal somehow gets the kick in, but it's out on the full.
Well, Mick Neal, ever hopeful, was standing there as the Nissan replay shows, trying to knock the ball back into the field of play, but it beat him.
And now Canterbury in possession with Newton. Lost the football. Gee, it's got to go left. It's got to go left. They've got plenty of numbers. McCann out for O'Brien. O'Brien is there. Steve O'Brien in. They had to go that way as soon as the mistake was made from Canterbury. They had the numbers.
Yes, let's look at on the Nissan replay. We've got number 40 there. Mitch Newton lost the ball on the tackle, given away there quickly by Parrish out to Suranen. Suranen goes well, gets a long pass out to McCann. McCann then onto O'Brien. Now, this little bloke is a strong man. He's a very tough little rooster, as you saw by the way he busted those two tackles there. Now, here's the big fella, Mitch Newton, losing the ball on the tackle rather awkwardly. Suranen did exactly the right thing, ran. He knew they had people over out there, got it away to McCann. McCann did exactly the right thing, gave it to O'Brien with 10 yards side space, and look at him go. They got interfered with each other, the two Canterbury defenders, and he was able to score a very, very good try. Suranen continues to impress me, going very well today.
Indeed he is, Steve O'Brien, the brickie. And who's coming on the field? I'll tell you who it is, the big blocker. We've been looking for him on the reserves bench because he was named as a fresh reserve. He's going to replace Edmed, who's done an outstanding job out there. Now, Curry has attempted conversion from way out. It's going to fall short and wide in any case. But the score, the Tigers over Canterbury, 12-2.
Thomas. Done. Suranen was there to finish off over the top. Canterbury lose it back. Well, there's going to be another Canterbury penalty. Plenty of emotion coming into it. Canterbury will have to keep the tap kicks rolling. There's 16 minutes to go. This one should be 2 maybe, right in front. Peter Sterling, I wanted to continue on what we were saying.
Well, as you just said, Graham, there's still 16 minutes left on the clock, so there's plenty of time. But it's amazing down here with the Roach replacement. It's really dead set the Canterbury side who are fired up as soon as they've seen him come out. Gillespie has been looking for him. Langmack's getting involved, and this is going to be a tremendous 15, 16 minutes to finish because both sides are pretty fired up.
Bill, would you have reached for Roach?
I don't think I would have with the score at 12 points to 2, Graham. I thought the players that were on the field were doing the job pretty well.
I couldn't agree more. I thought Edmed had a top game, absolutely a top game.
Corcoran to edge closer. He does that. Is it enough to get them started? Balmain leading Canterbury 12 points to 4.
Suranen. He'll certainly be having some bad dreams about Paul Suranen. Now Alchin has thrown a pass that has been intercepted by McCann. McCann will pull down just inside the corner. So more pressure for Canterbury. Roach got it back for Neal. Now for Elias. They're keeping the football alive. Parrish is there. Parrish gets to within 5 metres of the line. Neal comes in the dummy half for Freeman. Back it comes for Big Ciro. Reaches out and scores. A well-deserved try for Paul Suranen.
Yes, a great try because it's his 100th match and he's played splendidly throughout the match with other Balmain players too, I might add. But that was a well-conceived try. One that almost seemed they had a planned move on there. Him standing there on the blind side, waiting for the pass to come to him. There he was, big and strong and tough, and able to make the line. Bang, down she goes. That's a good try. Neal away to Freeman. Freeman just switched it back to the blind side. He was the only player there apart from Grant, and he just made mincemeat of the Canterbury defence, and that really is that's the ball game. And I think probably the only thing that the Canterbury side can do now is just if they want to attempt to play catch-up football, because it doesn't make much difference whether you're beaten by 18 points or 28.
So the policeman scores. Paul Suranen in his 100th first-grade game, and has really had a strong game. And no, wide. So Courier not having a lot of luck there, but 16-4 is the score. Balmain leading Canterbury.
Farah. It'll go 50 metres on the fly. Suranen. Now, who wants the job of meeting this head-on? Mitch Newton does it. Hardwick. 11 metres away. Roach wants it. Crisscross. Freeman. Brasher will score. Great plan. They milked that beautifully. Only a couple of tackles to set it up. Leichhardt Oval has seen a sensational performance by the Tigers.
That is absolutely beautiful. That was worth the price of admission alone. We had the two wonderful rucks by Sirinen and Hardwick, and then the ball came to Roach, got it onto Freeman. Freeman gave it to Brasher, and he went straight through a gap. You could have driven a fairly large car through and scored a magnificent try. See it to better advantage here. Roach, a reverse pass back on the inside. Freeman timed his pass to perfection, and Brasher looks the good footballer that he is, finishes off very easily and tidily without a hand being laid on him. It's great stuff.
Couple for Brasher. Freeman has had a great game as well. Some great replacements for the Tigers. He's going to curl this one in. A real hammering for Canterbury now. 22 points to 4.
Picked up by Brooks. Freeman again. Now Elias. Freeman on the run around. Out for McCann. McCann's given it away to O'Brien, and outside O'Brien was Freeman. Back inside it comes. Oh, this is nice stuff from Balmain. They're going to get another penalty here. Brasher was held. They wouldn't let him get up. And is that 10 minutes he's giving Joe Thomas?
Yeah, well, he'll see the end of the game out inside.
So Joe Thomas will have an early end to the match.
Yes, well, they made the running up the left-hand side here with Joe Thomas hanging firmly onto Brasher's legs and wouldn't let him get up. He's still hanging on, and he's got 10 minutes. It was milked a little bit by Brasher, but nonetheless, a justifiable penalty goes to the Canterbury player.
Now we've got, I believe it's McCann being worked on by the Balmain trainer. Looks like it may be a cramp. He did play a reserve grade game, of course. Dennis Tully working on him. Famous Balmain player from the past. 3 from 7, not the greatest figures that Andy Curry has posted.
You know, I've been exhilarated by the game tonight. I've really enjoyed the Balmain play, and I've almost moved to go hee-ha! The Tigers.
Almost.
Almost. I wouldn't do it, though.
No. OK, here's Courier from out wide. Again, plenty of height. What's the direction like? This is a better kick. This is a great kick.
I'll go hee-ha now. Hee-ha!
So Courier sends the Tigers to a 24-4 lead over Canterbury. And that was a marvellous kick. (24-4). It's an outstanding performance from the Tigers. Corcoran will restart. Now I think there's another change out there. Looks like, is that Benke out there, Bill?
It sure is. Steve Benke in 16, replacing Ian McCann, who's suffering from cramps. He had a pretty torrid game in the reserve grade before he had to fill in again here.
About 30 seconds of the game remaining as Brooks comes to a halt 15 metres from halfway. Now Freeman, nowhere to go. Back for Neil. Alchin picks it up, has Robinson with him, takes the tackle. The siren should sound any second. There it is. And a marvellous win to the Balmain side. Laurie Nichols and the rest of the Balmain fans are over the moon, and why wouldn't they be? That was an outstanding performance to beat the premiership frontrunners with such a depleted side.
I agree with you. It was a marvellous performance. I don't think it was ordinary. I think it was a marvellous performance, particularly in light of having to play on Friday night. Balmain have absolutely annihilated the Canterbury side tonight, good as it normally is, and they were justifiable competition leaders. Brasher 2 tries, O'Brien and Sirinen a try each. Courier 4 goals from about 8 attempts, 24 points Balmain. Canterbury could only get on the board with 2 Corcoran goals. That was their 4 points.